it's Raindrop from Healthier Fit Lifestyle, and I'm here in my garden, and this is part 2 of my first Hugelkultur. And I just want to start out by saying I neglected in my first video to tell you all what a Hugelkultur is, so I'm going to start this off with that. So a Hugelkultur is a form of gardening and composting and fertilizing the garden all in one shot. So it's usually on a mound. You can do it on a flat surface and pile all your decomposing materials on top of a flat surface and then cover it with soil and other natural ingredients so that they decompose and fertilize your garden. Or you can do it like digging a trench like I have. So I dug my hole, and in this video I'm going to show you what I fill the trench with and how I got to this point in the garden. So this video is going to tell you all about that. But all of this stuff is going to decompose. It's going to add nutrients to the soil, and the idea is that you will constantly have a fertilized garden. You won't have to dig it. You won't have to till it. And it's all natural ingredients that you find around your yard. So everything that's going into this trench, I pulled out of different areas of my yard or raked some fresh leaves or whatever. So that's how we got to this point. So here we go, onto the layers. Thanks. So I'm working on my Hugelkultur bed right at the moment, and I'm putting in the first layer, which is going to be freshly fallen leaves. And since they're not broken down, I'm putting them on the very bottom, and it's taken about 3 wheelbarrow loads full on the bottom. I'm going to dump that one right there, and then I'm going to spread that out edge to edge, and then I'm going to take some brush. So this brush right here, I'm going to cut it down a little bit more, and I'm putting that on the bottom so that it can break down and not be up towards the top, so that way it won't hopefully suck as much nitrogen out of the soil, and it'll take it from the bottom. But anyway, so that's what I'm working on right now. I will show you again what it looks like in probably a half an hour or so when I actually get that done. So let me get going, and I'll come back. Thanks. Okay, as you can see, the green layer, the branches and twigs that were here, there's actually a few left. They were cuttings from a maple tree I pruned back, and my thornless raspberries that are here that I cut back for the season, and some other green clippings I took from my perennial gardens that I tried to keep as many of the seed heads out of this Hugelkultur just in case. I know they're going to be wicked buried, but I just tried to make sure that the really bad, like this one is a wicked weed. I mean, it's probably got a really good purpose, but it spreads like crazy and it gets really tall, and I don't want that in my veggie garden. So anyway, so there we have the green layers, which I've put on the bottom, and now I'm about to go get some twigs and some logs and things to put on top of that, which is going to get built up. So hopefully by the time this is all done, I'm hoping that my actual Hugelkultur will be at least 3 feet tall. So that's the goal for now. So that's my next step. It's putting the dead branches that I find around the yard on top of this layer, and then we'll go on to the next layer. So one question that I've been asked is if I dug the hole myself, which yes, I did with my trusty little shovel right here. I've had this for probably 15 years. It probably needs a little sharpening on the bottom, but I love that shovel. It took me a while. It took me about 2 hours to dig this, one shovelful at a time, to get that big mound. However, I didn't kill myself because the shovel, the head of the shovel is not huge. So it wasn't too heavy. The sand and the soil is dense. It was damp, but yes, I did dig it myself. I pruned all the branches myself, and I just stuck them in the hole myself. So to answer that one lady's question. So you can do it. Anybody can do it. You just have to have a mind for it and a good pair of gloves and a good pair of work boots, which I have. So anyway, I'm going to go grab my twigs and logs, and I'll come back again and show you the next step. All right, here's my load of old and some new. There's some green in there, but mostly it's cedar, oak, maple, pine. So I chose a variety, and the reason why I did that is because some of this wood takes a little while longer than others. Like the pine's going to decompose first and drop nutrients in there. So there's not a ton of pine, but there is some. The cedar is going to take the longest, I believe, to decompose. So I don't want, I mean, your Hugelkultur pile is going to lose height over each season. It's going to sink because it's decomposing and it's naturally going to sink. So I want to keep as much structure under there as possible while at the same time adding nutrients to the soil. So a lot of this is dead, a lot of this is rotting. It's been there for quite a while. You can see some of it's, pretty soft. It's got a lot of moisture in it already. And then a lot of it's got some mold on it and stuff, and some lichen and stuff like that. So it's actually really, I think it's in good shape to go in the hole on top of the green stuff. And then I'll go back and go to another pile and grab some logs, some bigger stuff. So I'm going to start with this, and I'm going from, I guess, fine to coarse, and then with the soil, and I have some leaf litter that I'm going to throw in there. I'm going to use that to pack the spaces, and then I'm going to use the soil in combination with the leaf litter, alternating to build the pile. And then I've got some actual veggie, like compost type stuff that I've got, not a lot, but I'm going to throw that on top as the last layer, and then finalize it with the soil. And then I've got a whole nother pile of wood chips that I'm going to, actually it's up behind that Studebaker. I'm going to use that to cover the whole mound, and hopefully that'll be done. I don't know if I'm going to get that all done today, but the goal is to get at least this load in and a couple of the big ones. I think it's supposed to rain overnight, so hopefully that is the case. It'll drench the hole, it'll drench the wood, and then I can start piling it up with the soil, alternating with the leaf litter. So that's my goal today, and so we'll see how it goes. Okay, bye. So this part 2 is showing you all the different layers that I've put into here so far. There's really only 3. And so if you have any questions or comments, add them down below in the little box. And in the meantime, like my video if you find it